All right, guys. Happy Friday, TGIF. Live stream should be starting up now. Super excited to talk about the 7-game slate. We do have some news to go over. There's still some news up in the air, which makes some teams risky, kind of like OKC. Right, Milwaukee, we got news that Giannis is out. Do their starters play normal minutes? I think that's, there's a decent chance they only play a half. So there's some risk here. We'll go over like safe plays. I think the safest team to target right now is the Pelicans, just because we have that news confirmed that it's going to be like a dress rehearsal. So Pelicans are the team right now. I would say the Pelicans and the Knicks are the two safest teams. So if you guys are building a lineup for safety, you have a low risk tolerance, you just kind of want to double your money, then I think you probably target pretty heavily the Knicks and the Pelicans, since that news is kind of confirmed. We do have confirmed news of like Kyrie, KD playing 25 to 30 minutes. So, but again, there's news that's not confirmed. Suns, we don't have that, but they've been playing about 25 minutes. Lakers, I did see somewhere that potentially LeBron, AD might play in the second half. That would change some things. That would take the value out of play. Portland and Denver starters have again like 25 to 30 minutes, but we have nothing like confirmed by any beat writers yet. Chicago and starters from getting good minutes. I expect the same there with 25 to 30. I think they're pretty safe to target with like Levine and Kobe White. OKC is the big question mark in the slate, and this is key to getting the slate right, in my opinion. Whether you say screw it, I'm fading them, I'm hoping the starters don't play in the second half, or you just take a chance and you play some guys because there's some pretty underpriced guys in OKC. SGA especially and Al Horford are just too cheap if, and that's a huge if, they play in the second half. So we've not seen it yet. I'll kind of say the same thing about Milwaukee, right? Giannis is out. Drew and Middleton, if I knew they were going to play 25 to 30 minutes, they're two of the top plays of the slate. But a little uneasy feeling here. I think there's a chance they might only play a first half. So again, proceed with caution there. Nets, we got confirmed news. KD, Kyrie, 25 to 30 minutes. Boston, nothing yet, but I expect minutes probably mid-20s. Cleveland, they do have a couple pieces back. Drummond, I think, looks okay. And the Knicks, again, they're shorthanded. And Barrett, Randall, Mitchell Robinson have all been playing big minutes. So, again, the Knicks and the Pelicans, I think, and probably the Bulls are the safest teams to target. Miami, we got news that starters are only going to play 25 minutes. We have a couple of injuries to go over there. And then Toronto, nothing confirmed, but it doesn't look like they're going to play a ton, probably mid-20s minutes. So that's just like a brief overview of each team and kind of the risk, right? There's some safe teams, there's some risky teams. So build your lineup with, again, how big your risk tolerance is. Okay, let's go over what we know so far before we kind of get into the player-by-player breakdown. So let me refresh this. Okay, that's all good. So like I said, someone mentioned this to me, like, hey, I'm concerned with Milwaukee news, Middleton's blah, 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 Giannis being out. I think there's a hint that they might limit the starters. And I agree. Like, we have nothing confirmed by any beat writers for minutes, so there's risk with these Milwaukee Bucks. But like I'll say with OKC, if they do get the run, if they do get 25 to 30 minutes, we have revenge game Drew Holiday with no Giannis. We have Middleton that's way too cheap without Giannis. So they're two of the top plays, but they have to play in the second half. So this slate is, I can already see in the future it's going to be a tilting one, whether you guess wrong in these Milwaukee guys or guess wrong in the OKC guys, if you are willing to take that risk. Knicks, there's a lot to talk about here. They're sitting Alf Payton, Dennis Smith Jr., MKG, Noel, Frank Ntilikina. So they're pretty thin at the guard position. They're starting Emmanuel quickly, their rookie at point guard. I think he's actually an option if you need someone super cheap, but I don't know if we have to do it, because there's enough pretty good value with two other guys on this exact same team with RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson, both below 5K, both played over 30 minutes that last game. Even Julius Randle, the mid-range, I think looks really good. So, yeah, the Knicks are a team I feel like you can feel pretty confident with. Pacers news, okay, that's for the showdown slate. Again, they said no one's going to play more than 25 minutes, so we'll probably see more of the younger guys like the rookie Precious Achiuwa or KC or KZ as well. So Raptors news, again, kind of mentioned this. Lowry, the plan is to play him regular minutes in the first half, start and play a bit in the third quarter, and then likely get the fourth quarter off. He said, I would imagine the plan for the rest of the regulars as well. That's not like confirmed. Maybe like Fred VanVleet, maybe Siakam play in the fourth quarter. But looking like I would say they probably, the Raptors starters probably get about 25 minutes, making them okay plays, but not really priorities. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the big news, right? Stan Van Gundy expects to use regular season-like rotation in the preseason finale. So even with Bledsoe back, even with JJ there too, I feel like the Pelicans are the team you can feel the best about. So, spend ups. Zion, it's just way too cheap. I think he's one of the top plays of the slate. Also, I have interest in Brandon Ingram. Don't mind Ball. Don't mind Bledsoe. Revenge game narrative. So, let's see. Sorry, I was trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. Okay. Someone trolling in the chat. I see some trolls. Bledsoe minutes. I would assume he probably gets decent minutes. But yeah, I mean, they said regular like rotation. Was Bledsoe? It wasn't an injury that he was out, right? It was just. All right, let me go to New Orleans. Undisclosed why he was out. So probably doesn't get limited. Again, I would assume, probably close to 30 minutes is a pretty fair guess there. Okay. So again, Giannis confirmed out. If Drew and Middleton play, 25 to 30 minutes, they're two of the better plays of the slate. I also like Bobby Portis. Embiid, that was for the showdown slate. Again, that was earlier with DJ Augustine. Colin Sexton for the Cavs, going to play limited minutes, no interest there. Same thing with JaVale McGee, going to play limited minutes, no interest there. Kind of just think it affects the value. And then, yeah, if you read this article here, Steve Nash said it probably like mid to high 20s a minute. So I think 28 to 30 minutes is a pretty fair guess there for KD, Kyrie. They are in play for sure, spend ups. And then, we went over the Cavs injury news, and that's really it. So that's what we got so far. Again, guys, I'll try to keep an eye on this list that has like all the beat writers. If I do miss anything, if I miss any news, just let me know, because there's definitely a chance I gloss over something or I'm not available to see something. So I'm just scrolling through here. Don't think any other news has come through since I started. So I think it's safe to get into it. All right. I will ask, though, guys, we are over 500 viewers already. If you guys enjoy these live streams, if you enjoy the videos, would really, really appreciate if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's try to aim for 300 likes on this live stream. Would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Okay, let's start with Miami. Again, guys, I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat, but if I do miss anything, let me know. Miami at the moment is a team I have very little interest in. Bam and Hero, they said no more than 25 minutes. So I expect 20 to 25 from them. I would probably say the same from Dragic. Now, they are not out of play, but I feel better about plays in like similar price range for other options. So, yeah, Bam can crush in 20 to 25. You can make the argument for Dragic and Hero too. Like, they can crush in limited minutes, but I feel a little bit better about minutes elsewhere with some other teams. So at the moment, Miami is not a team I'm super interested in. Same thing with Duncan Robinson. Again, he's scoring independent. Nunn is out, so do not play Kendrick Nunn. And like off the bench, like Precious Achiuwa is 4-3. If you need someone super, super cheap, I don't think you need it on this slate. I mean, you kind of have some free squares already in a guy like Mitchell Robinson, in a guy like RJ Barrett. Like, we're going to get over 30 minutes from them as long as Robinson stays out of foul trouble. Again, I'm ready to tilt that because I can see 2 fouls from Mitchell Robinson like the first minute. So like those two guys, that's kind of all you need for value on the slate. There's like, unless you want to leave some salary on the table, which is viable. But yeah, Precious is just like, I think more of just a contrarian value play at the moment. And yeah, Max Strus actually had a decent game coming off the bench, kind of in garbage time. But I'm not really looking to jam him into my lineups. So that's it for Miami. On the Toronto side, it's kind of the same thing. There's just not a ton of interest. I'm not playing Lowry at 8.1K for about 20 to 25 minutes. Would much rather get to other studs in the slate. Same thing with Siakam at 7.4. Now, Fred VanVleet is the one guy I would consider, but Lowry coming back, it does hurt like VanVleet's usage a bit. He can still crush in like 25 minutes, but I don't think he's a must on the slate, and I don't really want to get to the value. They've been spreading out the minutes. again, like guys like Boucher and Terrence Davis are high usage guys for the bench, but they've really only been playing like 14, 15 minutes. So we don't have to do it. I just don't think we have to do it. So that's it. Let's see. Drummond out. Is he out? Or is that fake news too? Might be fake news. I don't see that. Okay. I'll get back to this. We talked about Miami. We talked about Toronto. Drummond is out. Here. Let me just search him. Andre Drummond is out. Okay. So let me retweet that. Is that a viable source? Looks like it. Yeah, wow. Okay. Cavs are going to small ball lineup tonight. Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Isaac Corsetti, and JaVale McGee. Andre Drummond will not play. Dante Exum doubtful. All right. That's interesting. Yeah, Drummond out. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I was a little bit scared from the troll. That's why I was like, and I didn't see it at first. I was like, am I getting trolled again? Okay, so now I guess it's a good time to talk about Cleveland. So now there's some interesting plays here. So starting lineup for Cleveland is Darius Garland, Sexton, who's going to be limited, Okoro, C.D. Osman, and JaVale McGee, who's going to be limited. C.D. has missed last couple games to injury, but we don't have any confirmation if he's going to be limited or not. So, like, they're pretty thin, the Cavs being. So, you know, JaVale McGee only going to play about 12 minutes. So who else do they have left for bigs? Well, I think Thon Maker probably has to play some good minutes. He is in play as a dart throw. But like I said, do we need this? Do we need to play Thon Maker when we have Mitchell Robinson and RJ Barrett on the opposite side, who I feel a little bit more better about their offensive game? And you probably don't need to play more than like two guys below 5K. So do we still need to go there? I think it's in play. It's more viable now, but still, I feel better about those Knicks value. Dean Wade should also get some run at the 5, but still, like, there are probably going to be a couple of these guys that have a really nice game. I don't know if we have to do it. I don't. Maker season, yeah, you can play Thon. You can definitely play Thon Maker. But how many minutes, right? So they have JaVale McGee for 12 minutes. They still have Dean Wade. So, like, there's a chance he only plays like 20 to 25 minutes. And for me, I'll take the Mitchell Robinson 30-plus minutes. Much better offensive player, much better shot blocker. And I'm less worried about the foul trouble now with no Drummond. With Mitchell Robinson matched up against JaVale McGee, I feel even more comfortable now with Mitchell Robinson not getting in foul trouble. So you can take a shot in Garland. You can take a shot in Okoro. You can take a shot on CD, who's missed some games. Like, those guys are probably going to be the high usage guys in this offense. Garland, Okoro, CD. Again, Sexton's going to be limited, so I don't want to play him. I don't want to play 12 minutes of McGee. So you can take a shot and Thon off the bench. That's probably where I look. The Michigan product, Charles Matthews, but I don't think we can do that. I think I don't know if he gets enough minutes. So yeah, I think it's Garland. I think it's Okoro. I think it's CD. Even Dotson, Thon Maker off the bench. Like, there are some plays here. But do we need to do it? I don't know. They do become a lot more viable with no Drummond. And I'm curious, like, how many players do they have active, I wonder? So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, yeah, they still have, like, a decent amount of players that are active. So it's not like they'll be super shorthanded. Yeah, exactly my feelings too about Bagley. All right. So that's my thoughts with Cleveland. They are more viable now, the value. But I do prefer the value on the Knicks side, and those values being RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson not going to go up against Andre Drummond. I'm more comfortable that he does not get in foul trouble. He's a proven guy that can go out and get you like 50 fancy points in 30 minutes. Like, he has that type of upside. He's a guy that can get you like 4 or 5 blocks. And again, not going up against Drummond. I think he is probably the best value on the slate. There's still like a chance because he is always in foul trouble. So don't rule that out. Like, that's still a possibility. But as long as he stays out of foul trouble, no Nerlens Noel. Knicks are also pretty thin. I expect 30-plus minutes out of Mitchell Robinson, right? If we look at that last game, we got 32 minutes from Mitchell Robinson. 13, 10, and 1. I think he had like 3 or 4 blocks. So, yeah, he is probably the top value. Also, gotta like RJ Barrett. Now, the issue I have with RJ Barrett is at times he can be a little bit scoring dependent, but he should shoot the ball a good amount when he's out there. And if his shot is falling, he has a lot of upside. And I just feel comfortable with his minutes, right? I just feel really good about his minutes. He's played over 30 minutes, I think, in every preseason game so far. He played 33 that last game. There's no Elfrid Payton, so he'll probably have to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end. And then Julius Randle. I like Julius Randle too. I think you can play all 3 of these guys if you want to, that being Randle, that being Barrett, that being Mitch Robinson. I think the chalk is going to be Robinson and Barrett, but don't ignore Randle. Like, he is still in play in the mid-range. I expect around 30 minutes. Those 3 guys I like a lot. Randle, Barrett, Mitchell Robinson. Again, no Elfrid Payton, so don't play him. I mean, do you want, you can take a shot on, where's the rookie? Emmanuel Quickley. He's a starting point guard, so you can play him. I think he is riskier because we haven't seen a ton from him. Like RJ, Mitchell Robinson, we've at least seen them play in the NBA for a while now. Or Quickly, right? We've seen 1 or 2 preseason games in limited time. So Quickly's in play if you want to get if you're mass multi-entering and you want to get different. I think you can look to a guy like Quickly, point guard, min price, expect good minutes from him. So I don't really want to play Reggie Bullock. You can look to Obi Toppin too, but again, how many Knicks do you want, right? So it's Mitch, it's Barrett, it's Randle for me on the Knicks. Guys, we are over 700 viewers already. Again, I'll be live until lock, so we have 40 minutes. No rush here, but I just want to say thank you for the support. It has been, it is greatly, greatly appreciated. But all right, let's now talk about Brooklyn and Boston. So really, Brooklyn, there's a couple pieces I like. KD and Kyrie, 8-7 and 8-5 respectively. Now, the matchup against Boston is not necessarily the best, but this offense is going to run through these 2 guys. I expect mid to high 20s minutes for KD, for Kyrie. 8-7 and 8-5, they're firmly in play, right? We kind of know that's the minutes they're going to play. Where there's some other teams, right, kind of like the Bucks, the Thunder, the Lakers, we don't know the minutes at the moment. So I feel like you can feel pretty good about targeting KD and Kyrie at 8-7 and 8-5. I think both are solid options. If you made me pick, I would go KD. I think he just has a little bit of a higher floor. But both guys for sure in play there in the mid 8K range. Karis LeVert at 6'3". Hard for me to get there when he's playing alongside Kyrie, alongside KD, so I probably don't do it. I'm not going to go to either center here with Allen or DeAndre Jordan. We just don't have to do it. Spencer Dinwiddie is the last guy I'll mention at 4'9". I expect pretty similar minutes to KD and Kyrie, about mid-20s. He actually had a pretty nice game playing alongside those 2, 10, 7, and 6. So he's playable, but I think I like value a little bit elsewhere. So yeah, really for me, it's KD, it's Kyrie, and it's Dinwiddie that I'm looking to for the Nets. Let's see, trying to keep an eye on chat here, guys. Bledsoe will play significant minutes. Did we just get that news? All right, let's do a little Twitter search. Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe is going to get significant minutes. All right. I think Eric Bledsoe is a pretty solid option here. He'll start alongside Lonzo Ball. Eric Bledsoe and JD back. Both will get significant minutes. All right. So we'll get to that game. But that's the game I feel really, really good about right now. Dinwiddie, 4,900. Yes, Dinwiddie is in play for value. Drummond's out. Yep, we won over that. So that's it for Brooklyn. Let's move on to Boston. At the moment, Boston's a team I don't have a ton of interest in. Tatum and Brown played limited minutes that last game. Tatum 22. Brown played 22 as well. Mixer with the $10 super chat. Merry Christmas. Thoughts on Muscala this week? Hey, Muscala was... Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. Muscala actually had a good game in OKC's first game when Horford is out. He crushed in like 17 minutes. He had like 25 fantasy points, but they didn't play him in the second half. But thank you for the super chat, man. That is very, very generous. Okay. Back to Boston. So yeah, at the moment, Boston's a team with Tatum and Brown. Not super, super excited about either. Now, things could change, but at the moment, not really. For me, I'm not going to go to Smart. Tice is back, so kind of takes a guy like Robert Williams out of play. I just don't think we have to do it. So Boston's kind of a full fade for me right now. Let's move on to Milwaukee and New Orleans. And this is the game I want the most exposure to, right? So kind of told you guys last night where my favorite value was. It was with Minnesota and guys like Beasley, Anthony Edwards. Beasley absolutely crushed, like 40 fantasy points. Anthony Edwards was solid, like 25. Culver was good off the bench. Yeah, like I tell you guys kind of where I'm looking for value or which game I like the best. This is the game I like the best. So I think you're going to want some exposure to this game. Rick Rader with the $3 super chat as well. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support. 3 Knicks and 3 Pelicans too much? No, you can do it. You can do that. But all right, back to the Bucks. Or one more. Marcus F with a $5 super chat as well. Take us to the promised land, DK. I'll do my best. Thank you, guys. Again, super chats are not necessary, but they are greatly, greatly appreciated. So thank you. Back to the Bucks. No Giannis. So this is the question here. Drew Middleton, we have nothing confirmed with their minutes. So there's a little bit of risk here. Like there's a chance that these guys only play a half. There's nothing confirmed, but if we get second half minutes from Drew and Middleton and they play mid to high 20s minutes, then they're really good options here in a great matchup against the Pelicans that play very little defense. Wow, one more super chat from Matthew Nichols with a $10 super chat. Thank you, guys. Wow. Donos are coming in like crazy. Never had this before. Thank you. Wow. The support has been amazing, guys. Really. I can't say that enough. But okay. So Drew and Middleton. Again, there's some question marks here. If they do get the minutes, like I'll say with the OKC guys next, if they get the minutes, Drew and Middleton are probably going to crush with no Giannis in this matchup. So Drew, revenge game narrative too. Middleton, if you've played NBA DFS the last few years, like you know the rule, right? The rule is when Giannis is out, you play Middleton, you play Bledsoe. Well, Bledsoe's no longer in the team, so I think you just fill in Drew for Bledsoe. It's also the revenge game narrative. I really like Drew. I really like Middleton, but there is some risk here with the minutes. Nothing confirmed. From Bucks beat writer, let's see. OKC. Okay, that's big news. OKC coach said the plan is to extend some of the starters into the third quarter tonight. Okay, so feel a little bit better about the OKC guys. Thunder planning on starters third quarter tonight. Into the third quarter. It's an ongoing discussion for each player, but expect tonight to be a dress rehearsal. Wow. From Bucks beat writer, my gut says the rest of the starters, second unit plays a little, and then they run out the back. Okay. Where did you see that from the Bucks beat writer? Was that on Twitter? Okay, hold on. Let me search this guy. Wow, Marcus Smith with the $10 super chat too. My guy, keep doing your thing, bro. Thank you, guys. Wow. This is crazy. Thank you. Okay. I'm trying to keep OKC news. Let me just go to my NBA beat writers list here. Let me refresh this. Thunder starters, SGA, Dort, George Hill, Bazley, and Horford. Okay, we'll retweet that. Okay. Celtics minutes will be very similar to the first preseason game, Brad Stevens says. Okay, so I have no interest in Boston. That makes it no interest in Boston. Very similar to the first game. So, yeah, Boston's the team I will be fading. But that OKC news does make me a little bit better or feel better about them. With the Bucks, I haven't seen anything yet on Twitter. If you guys do see something, let me know. Jake Anderson with a $5 super chat too. Wow, man, thank you. I know you've been supporting me every single slate, so I love it. Thank you. Hunter Can with a $5 super chat too. Let's keep it going, guys. This is so generous. Again, you do not have to do this, but wow, I'm blushing, man. This is you guys make my day. Thank you. Okay, so trying to keep focused here. Drew, Middleton, again, there's some risk. I haven't seen anything confirmed yet, but they have a ton of upside. Bobby Portis, I assume he starts for Giannis. But we don't have the starting lineup news yet. And Bobby Portis is a really good point per minute guy. So if he does move into the starting lineup, I feel like he is in play for value. So again, it's Drew, it's Middleton, it's Bobby Portis. Let's move on to the Pelicans. The Pelicans are the team I feel the best about right now. Zion, I think, is probably the safest play at the moment. 6.2K is just way too cheap. Alex Woodhull with the $5 super chat too, man. You're the man, but got to make you say go green. Thanks for the info. I will say go green for the super chat. Thank you. Evan Roth with the $10 super chat to DK. You the man. Guys, I'm speechless. I am speechless. Wow. Anyone asked about Portis? Yes. Portis yet? We haven't got anything yet. I assume he's going to start, but wow, guys. Thank you. Okay, so Zion, I think, is one of the best plays. Andreas with the $5 super chat. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Merry Christmas. Brad with the $10 super chat. Keep the train running, guys. Wow. This is crazy, guys. Thank you. Is it Portis? I'm blushing for DK. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Bro, do you favor the $5 super chat? Let me know your prize picks at the end. I will let you know right now for doing that. Gonna be a millionaire. Yeah, exactly, right? Let's go to NBA, and let's take a look at the prize picks projections really quick. So 36.5 for Zion feels about right. Kuzma 27.5. I think if LeBron and AD play in the second half, I think I like the under on Kuzma, but we don't have that confirmed yet. RJ Barrett at 29. I think we can take the over there. I feel pretty good about his minutes. I think over on Barrett, under on Kuzma is what I like at the moment. Mark Lewis at the $5 super chat too. Thank you guys. Wow, 300 likes. Let's go. Yeah, we are over I think we're over 300 likes. Crazy, man. You guys are really making my day. But okay, Zion, like I said, one of the best plays of the slate. We can project over 30 minutes. He's a really high usage guy. Love Zion. I think Ingram is in play too. Zion will be more popular. I think you can play both. Again, this is the team you can feel the most comfortable with if you're just going for the safety. So Zion, Brandon Ingram, I like a lot. I think Lonzo's in play with Bledsoe playing, though. I think that does take a hit to Lonzo. So not as excited about Lonzo. Still viable. Bledsoe, revenge game narrative. Yes, Bledsoe is definitely in play. They said they're going to give him good minutes. I expect about 30. It's a great matchup. Again, revenge game. So Bledsoe's in play. Steven Adams is... I don't know if he gets a ton of minutes. He only played, I think, 18 in that most recent game. Let's go to the Pelicans or where is it? Okay. Where it was Pelicans. Here we go. Steven Adams, 19 minutes. So he's the one guy I don't feel as good about for minutes. Again, he's a good point per minute guy, but a little bit hesitant there with Steven Adams. So really, it's Zion, my favorite play, then Ingram I like a lot. Lonzo's in play, but I prefer Bledsoe for the discount. I don't think I target guys on the bench like NAW or Josh Hart. It's really the starters I'm looking to. Brian Hawkins for the $5 super chat too. Thank you for everything. By the way, what are your locks? And Drummond is out now. We'll go over my locks in a second. We are also over 800 viewers, guys. Wow, this is an insane live stream. Thank you. So what are your locks? I'll go over my core plays here at the end. Drummond is out, and Drummond out now. Yeah, so Drummond being out now does make the Cavs more viable, the value. I think a couple of those guys do have really good games, but do you play them over Barrett? Do you play them over Mitchell Robinson? It's a contrarian way to go, right? They're in play, but I do prefer the value a little bit better with those Knicks guys. Okay, so that's it for the Pelicans. Again, they're one of my favorite teams to target. Also, Chicago is a team I feel pretty good about targeting. Minutes-wise for them, 20, or let's go to the Bulls. Kobe White 28, Zach LaVine 25 minutes. So I expect high 20s minutes for these guys. That's where the offense runs through, is LaVine and Kobe White. It's a good matchup too as well. Guy Boy with the $15 super chat. Man, I will be a millionaire by the end of the night. Wow. Guys, I don't know what to say. SGA playing in the third quarter is my dream come true. SGA does. We'll get to SGA here in a second. DK, smash a like button. Man, thank you guys. Let's go. Yeah, it is hype right now. It's hype. Zach LaVine, Kobe White, 7-6 and 7-2. Again, this is where the offense runs through. Both had 40 fantasy points last game. You can play both together. Don't think you have to, but I feel like you can feel pretty good about the minutes. And I'm not really looking to anyone else. Like, Laurie is too score independent for me. Patrick, or the Williams, I keep saying Patrick. Preston, or it is Patrick. I keep getting his name wrong, but I'm not looking to him. Otto Porter, possibly at 5-2, but I would just rather get to White and LaVine for a little bit more. Wendell Carter Jr. at 4-7 is in play for value, but I think I prefer some other value elsewhere. Like, I would feel better about Horford on the opposite side at the exact same price if that news is true that he's going to play in the second half. So really, it's LaVine, it's Kobe White for me, and that's about it. Let's move on to OKC. Let's say I love LaVine. Yeah, LaVine definitely is a guy that looks pretty good here. All right, OKC. So we got that news that starters are going to play into the third quarter. We've not got this yet. So super excited about this. SGA at 5.7K. I don't expect him to play in the fourth. So minutes wise, I would say mid to high 20s. I think it's a pretty fair guess. He had, 22 fancy points in 19 minutes. Like, the offense runs through SGA. It runs through a guy like Horford and Bazley, who are underpriced if they're going to play into the third quarter. Darren with a $5 super chat, man. Wow, thank you. Pushing for 350 likes. Insane. We're almost at 850 viewers, too. Randall or Bam? Feel more comfortable with Randall. Bam is not out of play, but minutes a little bit more in question. So he'll change his mind and starters only play a half. I'll be so tilted if they do that. But okay, so SGA is a pretty good play in the mid-range. I do like him. We can feel pretty confident, I feel like, that he's going to play in the second half after what we just saw from that quote. So SGA is someone I do like. I also really like Horford. 4.8K. He had, almost 30 fancy points in 15 minutes. Like, I think some people have a perception of Al Horford of being kind of washed like you saw in Philly last year, but it was just because he was playing the floor. He was playing a position he's not comfortable with. When he plays the five, like when Embiid was out last year, Horford had really good games. So Horford, 4.8. If we get 25 minutes from him, I think he is one of the better value plays of the slate. So I do really like Al Horford today at that price. Another super chat from It's Macchio, $10. Wow, guys. Absolutely crazy. Again, I don't know what else to say, but I've said thank you so many times, but seriously, the support has been overwhelming. Thank you. Maybe there's well done, fellas. Thanks, guys. Yeah, absolutely insane stream. So SGA, Horford are the two guys I like the best. I'm guessing we get mid to high 20s minutes from them. I think a little bit more for SGA since Horford's 34, but 25 minutes out of Al Horford at 4.8, I think looks like one of the better value plays of the slate. Also, I've interested in Bazley at 4.6, but I do prefer Horford. I do prefer SGA for a little bit more. So it's those three guys. It's SGA, it's Horford, it's Bazley. And we can feel pretty good now of them playing into the second half. So those are the guys I like. Portland, Denver. Again, we have 30 minutes, so we still have some time here. We'll go over core at the end as well. Portland starters, I expect similar minutes to last game. So if we go to Portland, Lillard and CJ both played 30 minutes. Now, both are kind of underwhelming, so I think that's going to lower the ownership on these guys. I kind of like Lillard as a contrarian play. We have yet to see him really have a big game in the preseason so far, just because they've been limiting his minutes. In this game, he kind of just deferred offensively. He can do that. He can defer offensively, but there's also games where Lillard takes over. And I just feel like Lillard is going to go lower owned. I kind of like him as a contrarian option tonight. I expect about 30 minutes from Damian Lillard, and we saw it in the playoffs. This guy can take over for sure. 25 to 30 for KD, Cliff Ball. Okay, good. That is Portis starting. All right, we're getting some news here. Let me refresh this, or let me refresh this. This is where do I have the list here? I'm losing it. Okay, so let me refresh this. Give me one sec. Patrick Williams will start. Not a ton of interest. I prefer Otto Porter if I'm going to play one of those guys off the bench. Where is this news? His starters will play into the third quarter. And let's see. Bulls coach Billy Donovan set to address reporters momentarily. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I think Kyrie KD is 25 to 30. Hard work pays off, DK. Thank you, man. Yeah, this has been an absolutely crazy live stream. But so back to Portland again. I think they're going to be a little bit lower owned with Lillard and CJ just because they had subpar game last game. I do prefer Lillard if you can make me pick. Nurkic has been limited at 6'2". Like, he can still crush in 20 minutes, but I would probably rather take a shot on Kanter, who did play 24 minutes. 24 minutes, had 14, 4, and 2. Like, he's a good point per minute guy. So yeah, Kanter definitely in play. Shea lock, I think Shea does look like a really solid play as well. Not a lock, but a good play. Him and Horford do look pretty good now. So really for me, it would be Lillard. CJ is fine, but I probably prefer some other plays. Nurkic, again, he can crush in limited time, but I think I prefer other plays. Kanter is in play for value, but we've won over some 5 or 6 pretty good value plays already. So is he a must? Probably not. On the Denver side, we don't have anything confirmed yet, but I assume it's going to be similar minutes to last game, which was like mid to high 20s minutes. 24 for Jamal, 25 for Jokic. Expect about the same here. Those are the two guys I'm looking to. Jokic at 8'8". I don't know if he's going to be super, super popular, but I mean, we saw 2 games ago, we went for 50 fantasy points in 25 minutes. So Jokic is definitely someone that I think is viable. With Giannis Antetokounmpo out, Budenholzer tells us Bobby Portis will step in for him. Okay, Bucks starters: Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Middleton, and okay. All right. So again, we don't know anything on minutes wise there. $20 if you can pronounce SGA's full name. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's not that bad. But okay, yeah, back to Jokic. I do like him. Again, I expect about 25 minutes, maybe a little bit more. He has upside. I don't know if he's going to be super, super popular tonight, but do have interest in Jokic if you can get to him. MPJ, Barton, I'll look elsewhere. Same with Millsap and Harris. It's Jokic, it's Murray. Murray is underpriced. Again, I expect mid to high 20s minutes for him. We saw what he did in the postseason last year in the bubble, right? He absolutely crushed. Now, that was with some of the other Denver guys out. We have Barton back now. We have some other, like Gary Harris is fully healthy, but Jamal Murray is still underpriced. So it's Murray, it's Jokic for me. I mean, PJ Dozier is a high usage guy off the bench, but I don't know if we have to do it here. It's a very contrarian play, but that's really where my interest lies. Last game, Lakers and Phoenix. So I did see a picture of the Lakers saying potentially AD and LeBron might play into the second half, but I don't know how legit it was. So I didn't want to retweet it. I just thought I would mention that. So we don't know anything yet on these Lakers. If you look at what the quote says, they said they're going to play similar minutes to what they did on Wednesday. So with them only playing the first half. So at the moment, I have no interest in LeBron, no interest in AD. Possibly things could change if they play in the second half. But at the moment, no. And we have Schroeder status up in the air. We have KCP status up in the air. We have Caruso status up in the air. This is key because if those guys all play, then I'm a little bit worried about Horton Tucker's minutes, right? Especially if LeBron and AD play in the second half. Then that would be not a ton of high usage minutes for Horton Tucker, right? The reason he got us there last game was because the second half, with LeBron and AD sitting, Horton Tucker stepped up a bunch. But if LeBron and AD play in the second half, then Horton Tucker is not going to do a ton playing alongside those guys. And especially if they're Schroeder and KCP and Caruso available. So this is kind of wait and see right now with the Lakers. If LeBron and AD are out, and if KCP, Caruso, and Schroeder are all out too, then I think Talon Horton Tucker is one of the best value plays of the slate because he'll crush in the second half. I expect mid-20s minutes. On a 4.5K, that is just too cheap. So wait and see here. Potential value to Horton Tucker, even with Kuzma too, but I do like the price a little bit better on Horton Tucker. So Horton Tucker, Kuzma, really the guys I'm looking to at the moment. We have nothing confirmed with those Lakers. Coach Mix for the $20 super chat. True to my word, man. That's too much, man. I'll text you, but that is way too much. Durant playing big minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, yes. Very generous, bro. Yeah, that is too much, man. That is way too much. But all right, back to now. Let's move on to Phoenix finally. So Phoenix starters in their last game. mid-20s minutes. 24 for CP3, 25 for Booker, 25 for Ayton. I expect similar minutes here. Booker at 8.6 is fine. He does possess upside. Again, he got a little bit in foul trouble last game. Same with Ayton. So, like, for the prices, I probably do prefer Ayton. He's a little bit cheaper. But Booker's not out of play. I think he will be a lower owned spend up tonight. Chris Paul, I would rather get to Booker at a similar price. So I'm not really looking to CP3. And then the rest of the plays here are kind of passes with Bridges, Crowder. I know Javon Carter had a decent game the last time out, and he was chalked 2 slates ago when he completely busted. But yeah, I don't think we have to do that either. So that is it for the team by team breakdown here, guys. All right, we are at basically 850 viewers, 350 likes. Thank you, guys. Let's get to a core. So, all right, let's do it. Who do I want to include here? So I'm going to go with first Zion, right? I just think 30 plus minutes at 6.2K that's just underpriced for Zion Williamson. So I think he's one of the best one of the best plays of the slate. And then I'm going to go with the Knicks value. There's other value we mentioned, but I feel pretty good about Mitchell Robinson, especially now with no Drummond too. Feel a little bit better with him not getting in foul trouble. There still is that risk, so just know that, right? With Mitchell Robinson, there's a chance he gets in foul trouble. If he does not, if he plays 30 plus minutes, he will crush that 4.6K salary. Other options that I want to include here. So there's so many good plays because I guess it depends on your risk tolerance really, because we have the Bucks, nothing confirmed yet with the Bucks and their minutes. We do kind of have OKC starters playing in the third quarter. So, Horford at 4.8K playing in the third quarter, I should say. I mean, he crushed in 15 minutes. I expect mid-20s minutes from Al Horford. I kind of want to include him, but I still think there's an outside chance like the Thunder coach might troll us, and like Horford's still the guy I'm just a little bit concerned about because he's 34. So I kind of want to include him, but there is some risk involved. I'm gonna go with a safer option here right now in RJ Barrett. The Knicks are really thin. No Alfred Payton too. Probably have to do a little bit more offensively. So yeah, it's RJ, it's Mitchell Robinson there for value. I expect 30 plus minutes. Again, Zion, we're going to get over 30 minutes from him. That's too cheap. And then finally, I think you're going to want, again, it depends on your risk tolerance. So with these Bucks, if they do play in the second half, you're probably going to want one of Drew or Middleton. But there's nothing confirmed there, or Bobby Portis is a good play. I'm going to throw Al Horford in there for now. Al Horford or SGA, but assuming Horford does get minutes into the second half at 4.8K, I just think that's underpriced. So I'm going to go with that, guys, for the core. There's 4 players, basically value, right? Three value guys and 1 guy in the mid-tier. That's 7.4K remaining. So you can basically play whoever else you want now. That's where I'm going with. Again, you can go SGA too. I like him a good amount at 5.7. Probably feel a little bit more comfortable with his minutes compared to Horford. Like I would say like SGA probably 28 minutes, Horford like 23, 24, but Horford is also cheaper, so that's the reason I'm including him. And then, yeah, again, with the Bucks, there is some risk, but if they do get extended, I think Drew, Middleton, probably one of those guys will have a really, really nice game. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with, guys. We have 15 minutes until lock, so let's get to some questions here. Horford will smash if he plays in the second. I agree. I don't expect huge minutes from him, but we don't really need it. Like, if we get close to 25 minutes from Al Horford against Chicago, I just think that's a really, really solid play. Do you prefer Murray or SGA? Now, that's close because we do kind of have news that SGA is going to play in the second half. I expect similar minutes for both those guys. I expect mid-20s minutes from SGA and Jamal Murray. I'm going to go SGA, and the reason I do, it's close. The reason I'm going SGA there is because with Murray, he has like a lot of competent pieces around him. With Jokic, with Barton, with Michael Porter Jr. SGA, there's like, who else is going to score the ball for that team, right? It's like him, like Bazley can score, Horford, but there's just not a ton. Do I lock in Durant? I think Durant's a pretty nice play. Him and Kyrie, we know what the minutes are going to be like. I really like Dame. Yeah, Dame is a nice contrarian play on this slate. I think he goes overlooked. He's been bad. He's not been great so far this preseason. Like Dame does have a somewhat low floor. but when he wants to, when he gets it going, like the upside is there with Dame. Horford or Dinwiddie? I'm going to go Horford. Just because we kind of have that news confirmed there. How many minutes for Levine? I would say 25 to 28, I think is pretty fair guess. Kyle Lowry or Lillard? Lillard for me. Feel better about the minutes. This core is literally on the screen. LOL. Yep, core is on the screen, guys. Kobe White or Ayton? I'm going to... that's also pretty close. I'm going to go Kobe White, but yeah. Portis over Horford? You can definitely do that. You can definitely do Bobby Portis over Al Horford. I mean, it's really close. Like that honestly is basically a coin flip for me. 4-6 for Portis, 4-8 for Horford. You're splitting hairs here, guys. So really, like I think you can definitely do that. Portis is a high usage guy. I expect mid-20s minutes from Bobby Portis and no Giannis. He is also one of the best value plays. So really, I think the top value is Portis, it's Mitchell Robinson, it's Barrett, and it's like Horford for really cheap. So I have no issue if you want to do that over Al Horford. That's basically a coin flip for me. And I'll dig into this a little bit more. But again, I think there's still like an outside chance Horford maybe only plays the first half. I know the Thunder coach said started in the third quarter, but Horford's 34. There's some risk. So, but there's also a little bit of risk with the Bucks as well. Nothing confirmed there either. Kobe White or Dame? Straight up Dame, but Dame's also a little bit more expensive. THT or Kuzma? Depends on Lakers news at the moment. Again, if AD and LeBron play only the first half and those other guards are out for the Lakers, it's THT for me. I like the price better. Murray or Bledsoe? That's also pretty close. I'll go Bledsoe. Feel a little bit better about his minutes. Ayton is a good utility. Yeah, I do like DeAndre Ayton. Robinson or Portis? That's also close. Like you can make the argument for Portis over Robinson too. Like I said, I think the best value is the Knicks guys. So Barrett, Robinson, Portis, Horford. Like I think that's probably the value you want to go to on the slate. Favorite Fanduel center? Well, I don't have Fanduel up, but if price doesn't really matter, probably because I know price doesn't matter a ton there. You probably just take a guy like Jokic. Like he probably has the most upside. Can't thank you enough for everything you do, man. Shout out for everyone sent the super chats or just even click the like button. Real Jake Anderson again, the $5 super chat. Wow, thank you, man. I know I say this a ton, but you coming in and hitting me with the super chats basically every single slate is it's amazing. Thank you. Thoughts on SGA, RJ, Ingram, Horford, Robinson, Irving, Zion, and Kobe White? Very, very similar to what I have right now. Lillard, Barrett, Middleton, Zion, Robinson, Shea, Horford, Jokic. Thoughts? I like that. Bulls starters, regulars expected to go pretty deep into the third quarter. And then Billy Donovan will evaluate the fourth quarter plan from there. All right. That's pretty nice news. I think there's a chance then that the Bulls might come back in the fourth. If that's the case, like you probably, let's see. Let's see if I can find that quote. But yeah, I mean, Kobe White, Zach LaVine, I think you feel really comfortable with those minutes already. And if there's a possibility they play into the fourth, then yeah, they look good. Heat starters, KZ, Hero, Robinson, okay. Heater down to two veteran guards, Hero and Dragic, so expect plenty of Max Strus and BJ Johnson, one of whom will be cut. Okay, we'll retweet that. THT or Kuzma, again, depends on news, but THT. Thoughts on Ayton? I do like Ayton. He'll be lower owned. He did have, I guess the one issue with Ayton, he had a big game last game, so I think the ownership, well, he won't be super high owned, but maybe a little bit higher than it should. Durant, White, or Levine, Lillard? Durant, White for me, but also close. Stay to Cleveland, New York lock. No one's in the first game. That's what I'm doing. I'm not playing anyone in the first game, buying a little bit of time. Hero, 25 minutes on Hero, he can get it done, but I think I like the value a little bit better elsewhere. Would you play Horford and Portis? I think you can. I think you can play Horford and Portis. Again, guys, I don't have a strong take with Horford versus Portis or even versus Robinson, Barrett. Like again, that's the value. So well, I can go over it again. I'll review, see if there's any other guys that I would play. Horton Tucker too. So here is like the value if, again, Horton Tucker dependent on Lakers news. That depends on news. But like if we go below 5K, I think these are like the top value. Again, you can make an argument for Dinwiddie. He had a nice game, but I think I like the guys in this list. Adams, a little bit concerned about his minutes. He can crush in that time, but I feel a little bit better again about these guys. I'll say the same thing about Wendell Carter Jr. I feel a little bit better about this list. Baisley you can throw in there, but I'd rather have Horford at a similar price. Yeah, I think that's really it for the value. And then you get the Cleveland value. Cleveland value will be low owned. You can take some shots here on a guy like Garland, a guy like Okoro. They should get a good run. Even Thon Maker off the bench. You can go here for low ownership. Again, I think probably at least one of these guys will have a nice game. But I just feel better with the more established players in the NBA. So this is like the value list. Again, this is value. The Knicks guys with Barrett, with Robinson, Horford and OKC. If you consider SGA value, I like him too. And then Horton Tucker, that's dependent on news. And Bobby Portis starting with no Giannis. We know he's a great point per minute guy. So this is like the core of value here. You can even play like these four guys and then just studs if you want to. You can go like Jokic, KD, Booker. You can play that. Would you prefer Kevin Durant over Jokic? That's a tough one. Really close. I like the matchup a little bit better for Jokic, but I don't have a strong. I think that's a 50-50 decision there. Bledsoe or SGA, that's also close as well. Bledsoe, I think, plays a few more minutes, but I think there'll be less productive minutes, whereas SGA, again, with that OKC offense, there's not a lot of guys who can score. So I'll go SGA, but it's close. Portis or Mitchell Robinson, again, him, Horford, Mitchell Robinson, I think they're all pretty even. They're really good value plays. Ayton good as utility. Yes. I think you can play DeAndre in the utility. 6.9K. Starting off against Marc Gasol won't be great, but, playing in the second half against, like, if they do rest the starters, like playing in the second half against Montrezl Harrell, that's a real crush. Is Hero starting? Yes, he is. Thoughts on Kyrie, Barrett, Middleton, Zion, Robinson, SGA, Horford, and Jokic? I like that. McCollum, Ayton, Middleton, Bledsoe, pick 1. Middleton, assuming he gets the minutes. There is some risk there with the Bucks guys. White, Portis, or Barrett and Middleton. Man, that's so close. I like both options a lot. I'll go White and Portis, but man, that is close. Levine, or find a way to manipulate my line to get Kyrie or KD. I think Levine's perfectly fine, especially with that quote of potentially like there's a chance they might play in the fourth. Like, if we get like 35 minutes out of Levine and Kobe White, you're going to want one of those guys in your lineup. Billy Dom just had starters minutes will be extended to the third quarter. Okay. Again, that's good news. Bledsoe or Horford. I feel better about Bledsoe's minutes, but I think Horford will be more productive. So, tough one. Again, I expect probably about 30-ish minutes for Bledsoe. I expect 23 to 25 minutes from Horford. But with OKC, like I said, they're really thin. So I'll go Horford, but that is again close. Levine or Dame? I think it's Levine, but that's also close. KD or Kyrie? I'll go KD. I think it's slightly higher floor. Lillard or Kyrie? You got the Kyrie revenge game narrative. You have Lillard who's been struggling a bit recently, but has the upside. That one's another like 50-50 one. I'll say Lillard for ownership because I think he goes pretty low owned tonight. Best options than Allen with KD and Kyrie. Better options than Allen with KD and Kyrie ball hagging it up. Jared Allen, you mean? Yeah, I wouldn't play Jared Allen. Thoughts on DiVincenzo? Not for me. I don't think we have to do it. Would rather play Portis, Middleton, Drew. Thoughts on White, RJ, Brandon Ingram, Zion, Mitchell Robinson, Levine, Horford, and Ayton? Looks good. DK, can I get your thoughts on Kyrie, Bledsoe, Middleton, Zion, Robinson, SGA, Durant, Portis? I like it. Thoughts on SGA, Levine, Ingram, Randall, Zion, RJ, Horford, Robinson? That's good. You're all freaking right. I prefer someone to do the podcast solo, get mixed up with a bunch of folks, giving some stuff. How many minutes for Hero? 20. I would say low to mid 20s minutes. They said no one more than 25. Holiday or Levine. I feel a little so safety wise, it's LaVine because we can feel good about his minutes. Holiday, I think there's an outside chance they'll only play the first half. So, but if they do play into the second half, again, Drew, Middleton, I think they could have really nice games with no Giannis. Durant over Kyrie, yeah, I think so too. Emmanuel quickly value, he is potential value. He's going to be really low owned. I think you can give a look to him, but he's a little bit riskier because we just haven't seen a ton of him in the NBA, right? With RJ, with Mitch, we've seen, 1 or 2 years from them already. So White, RJ, THT, Zion, Mitch, LaVine, Horford, Jokic thoughts. I think that looks good. Porter or Barrett or Bledsoe. I'll go Barrett, but that's also tough. In these large field tournaments, is it best to stay away from using exact 100% of your salary to avoid potential duplicates? You don't have to avoid it, but you can leave $500 to $1,000 on the table tonight. No issue. So that's one way to differentiate yourself is to leave some salary on the table. Rate my lineup: Lillard, Barrett, Ingram, Zion, Robinson, SJ, Horford, and LaVine. I think that looks really good. LaVine, what was it? Sorry, guys, it's kind of going fast. What small forwards do you like on Fanduel? Again, I can't look at Fanduel at the moment. I think Middleton's probably a small forward there. DK thoughts: Bledsoe, Barrett, Ingram, Williamson, Robinson, LaVine, Horford, and KD. Yep, you got the right idea. Looks good. Do you like LaVine and Kobe White together? You can do it. I don't know if they'll both have 40 fancy points again. I don't know if they'll both be in the winning lineup again, but I think there's a chance probably one of them will be in the winning lineup. KD over Tatum with ease. Yeah, for sure KD over Tatum. Dame or White on Fanduel. I don't know what the salary looks like there. Again, I like the price a little bit better with Kobe, but straight up it's Dame. Kobe or Van Fleet. Kobe, feel better about his minutes. Jokic or KD. Again, you're splitting hairs there. I'll go Jokic just because I usually prefer the big. I think big is slightly higher floor. So usually once a 50-50, I'll prefer the big. Dame or White and Fanduel. Again, if salary doesn't matter, it's Dame. But I like the price a little bit better on White here on DraftKings. Tatum or Durant? Yeah, definitely Durant. Portis or Robinson? Portis, Robinson, and Horford are basically the same for me. I feel like you can feel the best about Robinson's minutes if he stays out of foul trouble. I think we get 30-plus minutes from Robinson. I think we probably get low to mid 20s minutes for Portis and Horford, who are both high usage guys. THT or Dinwiddie, it depends on news for the Lakers. It depends. If we get LeBron and Anthony Davis only playing the first half, and if we get those other guards out, it's THT for me. Dame or Jokic? Again, I'll go with Jokic, but that's close too. KD or Jokic? Again, you're splitting hairs there too. It's basic coin flip. I guess I'll go Jokic, but that's close. Horford or Barrett? Well, you're gonna feel better about Barrett's minutes, but Horford's gonna be a lot more productive. Again, these questions are so hard, man. You guys are asking some really good questions. I think Barrett for safety, but again, I do like Horford at work. Just stopped in to give you a like. You the man, DK. Thank you, James. I do appreciate you coming in and also supporting the live stream every day. Marcus, well, he'll get to it. Jeez. All right. What was Marcus's question? Dame or White and Fanduel? Okay, yeah. So again, it's if price doesn't matter, it's Dame. But I like if price matters, I like the price a little bit better on Kobe White. Murray, Jokic thoughts. I do like Murray and Jokic. Those are my two guys I prefer on Denver. Kobe White or SGA. If price doesn't matter, it's Kobe White. But taking price in consideration, that would be really close. Top small forward tonight. If Middleton plays mid to high 20s minutes, it's Middleton. But there's some risk there. So if you don't want to take the shot there, I think Brandon Ingram, you're going to feel safe about his minutes. And then below that, it's THT or RJ Barrett. Is RJ Barrett small forward eligible too? I think he is. So those two for value. Again, THT though is dependent on news. That's where I go for value. KD getting 15 minutes tonight. No, they said 25 to 30. Booker is going to be lower owned. He has upside for sure. Holiday, Barrett, Ingram, Zion, Mitchell, Shea, KD, and Okoro. I have no issue at all. Jokic full minutes, I think mid to high 20s minutes. Williams in play with Taco Fall out. He's only healthy center. They have Tice too. I think Robert Williams will play probably 15 to 20 minutes. He's a high usage guy. He will be very low owned compared to some of these other value plays, but I feel a little bit better about the value just we have kind of up right now. Favorite cash spend up? I don't know if I have like a favorite spend up. Again, you're splitting hairs like Jokic versus KD. Like Lillard, I think will be a little bit lower owned. I'm not looking to Tatum. Kyrie still in play too. And then you kind of have like the Pelicans, like Ingram. Like I think Ingram is a safe option. We know where the minutes will be there. I like Drew a lot, assuming he gets minutes. Levine, Kobe White. So yeah, I don't have a super strong take there on my favorite spend up. Levine and Horford or THT and Dame. At the moment, it's Levine and Horford based off the news, but things could change if depending on Lakers news. How many minutes from Durant? I expect 25 to 30. Middleton or Kuzma? Middleton, assuming he gets minutes in the second half. How many minutes Durant getting? 25 to 30. Yeah, sometimes Bledsoe gets plenty of exercise or actual fantasy points. I think Bledsoe is still in play for value too at 5-1. Revenge game narrative. He should get a good run. SGA or Bledsoe? That one's close. I think I go SGA. Thoughts on my lineup, DK? Let's see. SGA, Middleton, RJ, Zion, Mitchell Robinson, Kyrie, Portis, and Durant. I like that a lot. I'm going to keep going back to and forth to Portis and Horford. Yeah, Portis, Horford, Mitchell Robinson, guys. Very, very similar players. Mitchell Robinson or Bobby Portis. I don't have a strong take there. Excellent podcast, liked and sub. Thanks. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you. Hero and Van Fleet around 9% in the big tourney. Yeah, I didn't expect them to be high owned. We are at lock, but I did not play anyone in the early game. I'm curious to see what ownership is in the slam. I would assume it's probably pretty low. Booker or Lillard? That's, man. I'll go Booker, but that's also not a strong take either. I'm scrolling through some lineups. I don't really see anyone in this early game. KD or Jokic? I think I slightly give the edge to Jokic, but that's not a strong take. I do like KD a good amount. Like 25 to 30 minutes out of KD is really, really good. But also like 25 to 30 minutes out of Jokic is really good. So none is out. Yep, none is out. Kyrie and Middleton or Kobe and Ingram. The second option is safer with Kobe White and Brandon Ingram because minutes are pretty secure there. But I think the upside might be a little bit higher in that first option if Middleton does get play in the second half. I didn't play anyone in the first game yet. I'm going with Kobe. I do like Kobe White, him, and Zach LaVine. Fred, 4% in the slam. Okay, thank you. I could see 25 minutes out of Fred VanVleet. I could see him having like 30-plus fantasy points. SGA 5,700 looks good. Yes, he does. He does look good. Again, him and Horford are really where I'm looking. Baisley in play as well. Should I be nervous at 3 Pelicans? No, I think you can play 3 Pelicans. White over Bledsoe. Yeah, I would rather have White over Bledsoe. Gotta love revenge games. Yeah, there's definitely some revenge games here. Portis or Horford, I don't have a strong take there. Strauss, 6.1% owned. That's still a little high. Like, I get it. He'll play the garbage time, but I just feel better about this value here. If one, Portis or Robinson, well, I will say again, Mitchell Robinson, I feel like you can feel a little bit better about the minutes, but Portis is such a high usage guy, and that's why it's basically a coin flip for me. Ayton is in play. Yes, Ayton's in play. Cash, Portis, or Horford. Coin flip. I don't have a strong take. SGA or Murray. Again, slight lean to SGA. I expect similar minutes, and the reason being is OKC pieces around him are not great. Whereas Murray, again, he has Jokic, he has MPJ, he has Barton. Levine or Ingram. Ingram, I think, is slightly safer because of the minutes. But if Levine plays in the fourth quarter, it's probably going to be Levine. So depends on if Levine plays in the fourth quarter or not. DK, how's your showdown lineup? I haven't made it yet. Horford over Portis, close. Portis, Horford, Mitch Robinson are basically the same plays for me. Thoughts on Horton Tucker? I like them, depending on news, though, with AD and LeBron. Kyrie or White? If price doesn't matter, Kyrie. But taking price in consideration, I like the price probably a little bit better in White, a little bit better in Levine. Highest scoring player tonight. I don't know, probably maybe Jokic or KD. Best on YouTube, in my opinion. Hey, thanks, Pat. I appreciate that a lot. I don't see Durant over 30 minutes, though. No, he's not going to play over 30. Again, I expect mid to high 20s minutes, maybe 30 at best. Robinson or Barrett? I'll go Robinson if you're going to make me pick there. Almost at 400 likes. Yeah, we are almost at 400 likes. Wow. I'll stay on, guys, for another minute or two and answer any last-minute questions. But I do want to say, make sure to follow me on Twitter, guys. That's in the description below. I'll keep you guys updated with news. Bledsoe or quickly. Bledsoe. Robinson or Barrett again. Robinson. Bledsoe, White, or Levine, THT. At the moment, it's Bledsoe, White. Thanks, DK. Much appreciated. Of course, man. Robinson or Barrett. It's Robinson for making me pick. Jokic, Robinson, Jokic, same CJ. Who are the two trolls that you have thumbs down? Middleton or Kobe? So Kobe's a little bit safer right now, but if Middleton plays in the second half, him and Drew will probably crush. So I do really like Middleton. I do really like Drew in that matchup with no Giannis. But I think that there's still a chance they might not play. Now, full disclosure, I am playing Drew. I am playing Middleton. So I'm taking that risk. Best center tonight. Value is Mitchell Robinson. Spend up is probably Jokic. Randall, Mitch Robinson, okay together. You can definitely do it. Randall still, yep. Randall is definitely in play. He will be lower owned than Mitch and RJ Barrett. Otto or Barrett. Barrett for me. Thanks, I'm out. Thanks, appreciate that, man. Ingram or KD. Ingram's going to play a little bit more, but I would rather have KD. Price him at. DK Middleton is so productive without Giannis in 30 minutes of preseason is good. Yeah, if we get that. Again, what I'm a little bit worried about is since they're resting Giannis, do they only play Drew? Do they only play Middleton a half? I think there's a chance there. DK, you're awesome as hell. Thank you. Did you do a Pacers Sixers showdown lineup? I did. I played Sabonis and captain. Haven't checked in that yet. Thanks again for your time. Of course, Portis or THT. At the moment, it's Portis, but you make the argument for THT if LeBron is out, if LeBron, AD are out, and those other guards are out for the Lakers, like THT, or if LeBron and AD only play the first half, and those other guards are out, THT could have a big game there in the second half. NAW, I don't think we have to do NAW, especially with Bledsoe and Drew and JJ Redick playing. Legendary chat tonight, mates. Shout out to everyone who supported. Thanks. Yeah, guys, this was an absolutely insane live stream. Thank you guys for all the super chats, and thank you guys for everyone coming to check out the live stream as well. We had, I think, close to 900 viewers. Lower owned between Robinson and Portis. Portis will be lower owned. Both are going to be popular. Portis will be lower owned. Saw TDK video, made me laugh. LOL. The video last night? That slate last night, like, man, I think I aged 10 years from that. The amount of tilting I did last night was good. Or was not good. Zion out. That's got to be a troll, right? Yeah, I think that's trolling. 8X and Showdown right now. Sabonis and captain. Hey, let's go, man. Sabonis got like 50 at half. Great to see. Dame Middleton or Kobe White and Ingram. Again, safer option is the second option because Middleton, there's a chance that he only plays the first half, but I like the upside a little bit better. I think on the top one if Middleton does play in the second half. Thanks, CK, of course. Zion out. No, I think it's a troll. I mean, I can confirm really quick. Just do a quick search here. Zion Williamson. I'm pretty sure this is a troll, but we'll confirm before I get out of here. Yeah, Zion's in the starting lineup. He's playing. Don't be scared about that. That was just a troll. Troll for sure, yep. And I killed last night, but I didn't enter a paid contest. Oh, man, unfortunate. Yeah, again, that was a troll. Nice guy. What about Zion tonight? He's like my favorite play at that price. 30-plus minutes out of Zion at 6'2". Really like him. Do you have Horford or Portis in your core? It's Horford for me, but I love them both, and I really like Mitchell Robinson too. I'm in the first showdown. Nice, man. All right, guys. Yeah, troll. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to get out of here. But I want to thank you guys again. Again, this live stream was absolutely crazy with everyone donating, with everyone coming to check out the stream. Absolutely amazing. Cantor, contrarian value play, but in play. Probably someone I like more in the late slate. Kobe, RJ, Ingram, Randall, Mitch Robinson, Dame, Zion, Bobby for cash. I have no issue with that. Good luck, everybody. Yep, good luck, guys. Again, I'll have a video up later tonight. I think we have only 3 games tomorrow to wrap up the preseason, but I'll have a video up for that. Again, thank you for all support. It was absolutely insane tonight. And I will see you guys all tomorrow.